How's it going, guys? Well, a lot of great things happened yesterday. We got Jimmy Rankin back in as sheriff in Coles County. He won by 578 votes. So thank you, Coles County, for voting Jimmy back in. We did get a new state rep. That state rep is Chris Miller. He was reading out of the Bible at the Republican election party last night at the Brick House here in Charleston. I was there, spent time with Jimmy and Chris and a few others. We had a party basically when we found out they both won, because we need these guys in the house, bringing God back into the picture and bringing a lot of new stuff to Illinois. Although we do have a new governor, I don't really like this guy, so we'll see what he does. But a lot of people are saying it's high time to pack up and move the heck out of Illinois. So we shall see. But the meaning of this video, I do have a clip video from the meeting last night. You guys can hear what Chris and Jimmy both had to say. I will be posting that up after this video. I posted it on my Facebook. If y'all are friends with me on Facebook, you can go check that out. The quality on Facebook video, though, it won't clear. I can post on YouTube, but it's clear as can be. Facebook has problems where it doesn't want to clear. But we are into November. It is November 7th, I do believe. And yes, November 7th, when I'm filming this at 14:10 in the afternoon. So, what was I going to say? Oh, we're moving into winter, and I've got a lot going on this winter. I'm going to be helping a guy plow several places. This winter was looking like it was going to be warmer and drier than normal. Things in the ocean have changed out in the Pacific, and now it's going to be colder and snowier for us. My good buddy Michael Wilhide in southern Indiana did a video, and I want to share just a few clips of his winter forecast. I will put the link to this video in the description if you want to go watch the entire video. I'll put the link down there. I know what I say, I do that a lot and I forget. I will do it this time. And let you guys go watch the whole video. I just want to show you a couple peeks of his video to excuse me, it's been a long night. So you guys can go check out the video and see how this went. But it's going to be really snowy, good portion of ice, sleet, snow, rain. I think it's going to be a very, very wet and cold winter. So without further ado, here we go.
The analogs and such, and so I'm going to sort of show you some of those things tonight. But overall, it looks like a pretty cold winter is going to be on the way for much of the U.S. I want to do things a little differently this year. First, I want to get right straight to the forecast. And then after we look at the forecast, I'll dig into the analysis after that. So for those of you that are just wanting the forecast highlights itself, I'll get you that up front here. And for those of you that want to dig in more into the science of why I've put together what I have, well, stick around and watch the whole video, and I'll dive in depth into this. So here are your temperature forecasts for what I think is going to be a pretty big winter for most of the United States. I expect a pretty consistent western ridge and eastern trough is set up. We do have an El Nino coming, but it's not a regular El Nino. Stick around for the analysis, and I'll talk about how that's going to affect some things. But in general, most of the eastern portions of the country here are going to be overall below normal, and then just some well below normal temperature anomalies here over a good chunk of the upper Midwest, extending down into the Ohio Valley, into the Tennessee Valley there. As well, your above normal will stay likely out to your west there. Everything more just not in an area here, more of average normal or to slightly one side or the other here, depending on how close to your line, if you will, there. Now, as far as then precipitation, I did not make a regular old precipitation rainfall graphic, but I made a snowfall and ice combined graphic. And so this is where I think the active storm track is going to set up. And so I think a good chunk of the Great Lakes back out into here, into the southern plains, Even in portions of the Tennessee Valley and Mississippi valleys here, lower Ohio Valley here, going on into the interior northeast, looks like you could have a pretty good snowfall here. Now, this is snowfall and ice, so whenever you see this, for example, this well above normal swath that goes through right through the lower Ohio Valley, in portions of the Tennessee Valley here, and then up into the northeast as well. Doesn't mean that's going to be all snow in that. I do think there will be some icing events, as there always are, and El Niños tend to bring that. But wintry precip in general looks to be sort of well above normal in there. If we dial it down, I forecast specifically for southern Indiana and the lower Ohio Valley. So here are some highlights for you and some average snowfalls to sort of turn my drawing pin here on so that we can highlight some things here for you. Let me get here into a green. Maybe that'll show up. That shows up pretty good. All right, so here's you got your very warm waters here in the Gulf of Alaska. And again, what that tends to do is you've got your jet stream flowing out here. It tends to pop a ridge here in the west and then sort of a dive out here in the east, which would put us in much colder risks out there because of that. Not only do you have those warm waters here, but notice what you've got going on down in here, and this is your El Nino. And specifically, would you note with me that you have warmer anomalies down here, more into the Pacific, where you've got cooler anomalies going here. That's your Modoki El Nino going on. You still got that. You still have your colder waters over here with your IOD, going to favor those colder phases of the MJO for us as well, the Madden-Julian oscillation. All of these things leading to what could be really just a heck of a winter for us around here. Notice the warm waters starting to build in here around Greenland here. This could be something that can help favor a negative NAO, which is a blocking signal. It sort of shuts the jet stream down over here and sort of leads to a roadblock, if you will. That helps to amplify the jet stream. And so right over here with this, what you have here, these warmer waters out here help to favor us for a negative EPO, East Pacific Oscillation, a positive PNA. Sometimes it helps to favor here what we would call a negative Arctic oscillation here as well. All of those, if you are familiar with the terms, help to form a jet stream that looks sort of more like this. And so that just sort of helps to take cold air just sort of to dive down into the eastern side of the country. Now, I'll talk about what this means here for us visually here in just a second. But if you look at the El Nino indices, here's where we are in region 3.4. Region 3.4 is this central region right out of next week. This comes actually this Friday and Saturday, and you see the rain, and you see you've already got some snow for upper portions of the Midwest here. Watch as this goes down here, and the GFS is the dashed lines here are your upper level heights on this, and you've got a system. You've got a big trough dip down into here, so there's some very cold air with this. The main storm track suppressed well to our south and becomes more of a coastal storm, but it brings energy with this. And notice that it has snow showers breaking out here across portions of the Ohio Valley and upper Ohio Valley. And notice this, what you've got right here, this little circle with the dashes around here. That is a piece of the polar vortex sort of breaking off, a lobe of it, if you will, and being displaced further south. Some of the coldest air on the planet being forced further south into this. And so that's some very cold anomalies. And because you got a tight upper level low here, well, you've got snow showers possibly breaking out with this. We'll see whether that verifies or not. But again, the idea here is early in the season with this, and I think that's going to be a recurring pattern here as we go. And then as you get in, again, there's your relaxation of the extreme cold. You go back to a cool pattern, but not a ridiculously cold pattern, and you get more rain showers. Notice the storm track here right through the south and through the Ohio Valley on up. And you notice what this one does. This could be a pretty disruptive storm around Thanksgiving potentially. This is one that has enough cold air digging down into the side of it that wants to bring some snow here for Turkey Day. It could be gobble, gobble, shovel, shovel for someone in here. This is more than a couple of weeks out here, so that's in fantasy land at this point. All I want to show you, though, is that pattern here is a very active pattern, and I don't see that pattern relaxing up any. And by the way, that you can look at the modeling sometimes and say, well, this just sort of seems like that's out of fantasy land, but there is support for it in our organic forecasting methods. Organic forecasting methods are some of those things that don't rely on just a model. And so we could look at the Bering Sea rule. Bering Sea rule says you take a look at what's going on in the Bering Sea, just north of the Aleutian Islands here in Alaska. There in YouTube, video. If you go to willhitewx.com, you'll be able to find a blog post that'll be written up that'll go with this. I haven't written it yet as of recording this video, so can't show it, but I'll have it by the time this video is posted out there, and so you can go to that as well. Make sure that you follow me on social media as well. If you follow me here on Facebook, facebook.com/willhitewx. I go under the term Southern Indiana weather if you're just typing it here, but I post regular updates there as well. I'm also very active on Twitter. Honestly, I'm probably more active on Twitter than I am on Facebook. Oftentimes, you can follow me at willhitewx on Twitter, and I'll have a lot of analysis for us as we go into the winter time there.
Well, guys, there you go. There is a little clip. It's about a 24-minute video, so if you want to go in, listen to it all, like I say, I'll put the link down in the description. Go check that out. And it looks like we've got some pretty... He has a YouTube channel. This was on YouTube. Whoops. My finger over the camera there. I can put his YouTube channel down the link too if you guys want. He posts some really great videos. And really, I mean, not for sure if he's a real meteorologist. I mean, he studies weather a lot. And it really... it's really awesome what he does, and puts his stuff out for snowplowers and just random people to see what we're going to have. But just like he showed, we could have a pretty good sized winter storm coming around Turkey Day. So I didn't look at the dates on that or anything. I'll look at the GFS and see what the GFS. But like I say, when you get that far out, stuff changes as it gets closer. It's in fantasy la la land, but yeah, so let's I got something else I want to show you in this video. We've kind of already talked about it, but you didn't get to see the actual unboxing of it. But I gotta run down my mailbox real quick, grab something, and I'll be back. But yeah, it definitely looks like a very consistent, if that storm that he showed for around Thanksgiving was to hold up, we're gonna have snow on Thanksgiving if we get some good cold temperatures and get ground frozen up. So it's gonna be really big. I'll be right back. All right, guys. So the newer LED bulbs, the two of them came broke. I got the newer ones they sent me. So I got a pretty good deal. You guys sent me some different ones since the other ones were broke. These look pretty good. I'm gonna go install them here in just a little bit. Elsa. Oh, don't you growl at me. We also got the load resistors in that I ordered because I thought I was going to need them. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to need them. So they come with a plug. You basically plug that in, and then you plug your bulb into here and that. But I don't know if I'm going to need them. If I don't need them, I might send them back. And they're heavy duty. They're nice. 50 watts. This is the load resistor. So, yep, pretty nice. Elsa, are they nice? No one's seen you in a video in a while. You gonna take off with one of them bulbs? So I have two extras now. I want to put the best two, which I think are these two. One's right here in the truck. Keep these two for spares. So, don't be chewing on that. Why do you gotta chew on everything? I don't think you could actually chew through that. That's some good coating on those. But, yep. Alright, well, let's go stick these in the truck and see how they... Well, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell. They're in there. They're working. No hyper flash because of the resistors on the back. So I don't need those resistors. So that's awesome. It's a pain in the butt trying to get to line back up, though. I'll tell you what. They look a lot brighter at night flashing. They really do. So, turn the turn signal, or the running light part off. So you can see the turn signal a little better. It proves no hyper flash. Pretty awesome. I'll give you a full hazard light flash. Turn that off, turn that off. All LEDs. Oh, it's just me? Or do the ones on the driver's side look a little darker orange? Oh well, maybe it's just me. Oh, I know why it is, because that's in the shade. And those have sun hitting them. These have sun hitting them. That's in a shaded area. That's why they look darker. Alright, we're going to be changing oil out tomorrow on the pump. So, I'll video that at a buddy's house. Also going to help him mount a light bar to his tractor. So, yeah. Alright, they're on LEDs. All of them LEDs. And I might try to look and see about getting this one over here on the side, an LED one. I'll have to figure out which side that takes. That's just a marker light though. And that actually might help keep some of the heat, because that it puts off a little heat, keep ice and snow and crap melted. Yeah. Let's check out what they look like flashing, because they're bright. If the camera doesn't do anything stupid. It probably will. No, actually it's not. But they're bright. They're solid on, solid off and on. Actually completely stop flashing. As you can see how much light's actually getting put out here on the ground. And it's not even, I'm under a pole light. So it's not totally dark yet either. So pretty nice.